Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. Uh, well, now that the dust is settling on the month of August, we're going to bring it to an end. Today and tomorrow. What do we all really think? Truthfully, man in the mirror moment about the Alexander Usyk and Daniel Dubois fight. What does everybody really think? Agendas aside, man in the mirror moment. What do you all think? Because this is Porky's Corner, this. We say the things that nobody dare say. Nobody. We ain't got no agendas. There's nobody giving me any money to say this and that. I'm not like Umar. Just send it me, Dad, and I'll put it out for you. I'm not there with begging bowl for views. I'm my own man. These lot can't do what I do. They have to ask questions. They can't do what I do. They daren't do what I do. They're frightened, scared, like little mice. That's what they are, these boxing media people. People say, what's the problem in boxing? The media is the problem. They're giving these people platforms, IFL, TalkSport, are massive problems for the sport at the moment because they're letting Hearn and Warren and all the merry men go on there on a daily basis, day in, day out, and get the point across. And they're drowning out each other. But what they're doing, they're confusing boxing fans. Nobody knows whether they're coming or going. The experts are telling you that it were a low blow. Now, the appeal is going to be based on one thing, what the referee said in that rules meeting. Now, Bricktop's put a video out of it and it's distorted, and at no stage does Louis Pabon say what they're saying. He said, Don Charles asks the question, but he doesn't give Don Charles the answer. Simon Jordan pulled Spencer Oliver up on it today because Spencer Oliver got carried away with himself. Didn't you, Spencer? Old jug ears. Judge Jordan put him correct on that one. So well done to Judge Jordan. But you're going to have to do a lot more to redeem yourself, in my eyes, lately, because you've become a gaslighter for Queensberry. That's what you've become, Judge Jordan. Spencer Oliver will gaslight for either of them, whether it's Joshua telling him that he boxed rings round Alexander Usyk and he was outboxing the best pound for pound fighter in the world, to telling Daniel Dubois it was a legal shot. It wasn't a legal shot. Maybe borderline, but the rules are the rules. Rules are rules. But let's just have a little look at Daniel Dubois' career here, right? 21 fights. He's 26 years old next week. Coogan's just said he was 24 in an interview with Eddie Hearn. Do your homework, you goonie. 26 next week. 6'5", big lump from Greenwich. Right, that's what you're up against. His best win is who? Who's his best win? Let's just have a look at his record. Before he got in with Joe Joyce, he were fighting guys like Fujimoto, Ebenezer Tete. Knees are good, knees are good, knees are good. Is Ebenezer good? Ricardo Snyders. He's fighting guys like that and running over them in one round. It's embarrassing. Now, the man has just boxed Usyk. Now, before he go in the ring with Usyk, he'd had 63 rounds as a professional. 63 rounds, right? That's about 150 minutes of action if you add all the minutes up. So he's had 2.5 hours in the ring as a professional fighter, right? And he's in with Usyk. 63 rounds. Yeah, you go on, get in with Usyk, lad. That's all he'd had. Talk about being rushed. It's the lowest amount of rounds going back in history. In history. For anybody in a world title fight. Never mind going up against a pound for pound legend. We all know Usyk's career, don't we? European gold, world gold, Olympic gold, 335 wins, 15 losses, rematch 10 or is it 11? Something like that. Unified Cruiserweight Champion, 21-0, 14 by way of. Sorry, Undisputed Cruiserweight. Unified Heavyweight Champion. They've got a guy here with 63 rounds under his belt. What is that? What is that? Eh? About 2.5 hours in ring as a pro. What is that? Tell you what we'll do. Can you imagine them all sat around the desk at Queensbury? I tell you what we'll do. We'll put Daniel Dubois in with Usyk. He's done 63 rounds as a pro. Let's get him in with Usyk. 63 rounds as a pro. What's that? 5 days sparring? And the guys he were fighting were he's just blowing them away. What has he learned? What has he learned since they signed him? When they said he were going to beat Mike Tyson's record. Well, he's 26 next week. He's nowhere near beating Mike Tyson's record now, is he? If he loses again against Usyk, he's damaged goods. What are they going to do then? Use him as a gatekeeper? They're going to put him in with Moses Atomo. It's shocking, but after Joe Joyce, after he quit against Joe Joyce in round 10, he's been in with Bogdan Dinu. He blew him away in under 2 rounds. Joe Cusimano out at Sopranos. He did him in under a round. Trevor Bryan, he did him in under 4 rounds. Kevin Lorena, he done him in under 3 rounds with help from Bellman. And he had 3 counts in that round. Life and death. We a non-punching southpaw, Kevin Lorena. And then I tell you what we'll do. We'll put him in with Alexander Usyk. 20-0. Superstar. How embarrassing is that? He needs to go back to the drawing board. Forget all this 95% KO ratio and all that. He's been a boxer 6.5 years. 6.5 years this kid's been boxing. He'd have been better off staying in Olympics, wouldn't he? He's been better off staying in GB team and going to Olympics. That's what he should have done. He should have waited them extra 3 years. Well, it was 4 years, wasn't it, because of COVID. Should have waited them extra 3-4 years and gone to the Olympics. But they took the money, didn't they? And turned pro. Joshua didn't do that, did he? He were offered the same deal. After winning ABAs, Joshua said, no, I'm going to develop. He could have done that. He could have waited. His time could have been now him to go pro. But it looks like it's all over by the shouting for Daniel Dubois, the guy that were going to beat Mike Tyson's record. Eh? Unbelievable. Do you remember how they were bumping him up the WBO rankings? Jeez, remember that? Anybody remember that? Eh? Well, it's over 4 years since he beat Nathan Gorman. And since then, what has he really done? He's had a 1 round, a 2 round, a 2 round, lost to Joyce, a 2 round, a 1 round, a 4 round, a 3 round, lost to Usyk. He's not been 12 rounds yet. He's not been 12 rounds. Is it a fitness problem? What is it? He's not done 12 rounds. It's embarrassing. Kevin Johnson took him to points, but yet we've got Kugan Cassius putting tweets out saying he's knocked everybody out that's shorter than him. Why would you say that's shorter than him? Who told you to put that out, Cooks? Kevin Kingpin Johnson took him the distance. Anthony Joshua blew Kevin Kingpin Johnson away, and that was years ago. So is he a busted flush already? I hope not, but I think he is. People are saying he might be at future at division. I'm not so sure. Eddie Hearn's just saying that because he'd love to sign him just to take him off Bricktop. But do I see him winning WBA appeal? Not on your Nelly. Do I see him getting a rematch? Not on your Nelly. That's the word around the campfire. So I think it's a shame what's gone on. But as I said in that interview with Kent this morning, he needs to just get his bag, get his credit card, and go to America for 6 months and just find himself. You know what I mean? Because it looks to me like if he wants to go shop for some sweets, he has to get his mummy and daddy to take him. He's a man-child, in my opinion. That might sound harsh, but I think he's a bit of a kid, really. He's a bit of a kid. He's probably had everything done for him and been mollycoddled. He needs to grow up a bit and go be a man. Get to America, get round them gyms and find out what it's all about. You know what I mean? Speak for yourself. You know what I mean? Don't be a mute. Let everybody speaking for you. Speak for yourself. Isn't that right, Spencer Oliver? Every time he tried to speak, you were correcting him. Let's have him on Talksport on his own without everybody helping him. Let's see him in a sit down with Cougs or Umar. That's what we need to see. Let's see him sat down with Umar without Bricktop holding his hand, or that trainer Don Charles running around with begging ball. Please don't sack me. Please don't sack me. Listen, Don Charles is a dead man walking. That's the word. Pop, pop, bang. We like to tell it as we see it on here. No bullshit on here. All right, go on. Peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. Thank you for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Now we've got Julian on. Pop, pop, bang. Two-parter tonight, and it'll be out later. Booyaka!